Hey there, friends. My name is Derek, and this is 3-Minute Thoughts. Every weekday throughout this year, we're going to take a few minutes and walk through another chapter of the New Testament. We're going to take time to understand what's there, maybe not get it completely, but we want to skim the surface of what these texts tell us and figure out what they might mean for us in real life today. Today, we're moving into Luke chapter 19. Now, this chapter is full of movement. People responding, resisting, celebrating, and at the center of it all is a simple question. What do you do when something real changes your life? The stories all start with Zacchaeus. He's a chief tax collector, wealthy, but not exactly respected. People would have seen him as someone who benefited at others' expenses. He wants to see Jesus, but he's short, and I mean short, and he can't see over the crowd, so he climbs a tree. Now, it's a small detail, but it says something. He's curious enough to step outside of his own dignity. And then Jesus does something unexpected. Not only does he stop and look up at Zacchaeus, but he calls him by name. He says he's coming to his house. That moment is going to change everything. It changes everything for the scene. It changes everything for Zacchaeus. And it changes everything for you and me. Zacchaeus responds by giving half of his possessions to the poor and repaying anyone he's cheated 4 times over. That's not surface level change, friends. That's a complete reorientation of life. Jesus says, today salvation has come to this house. Not because Zacchaeus became perfect, but because something real took root. Then Jesus tells a story about a noble man who entrusts his money to his servants before leaving. When he returns, some have invested it well. One has simply hidden it. The point circles back to something we've seen before. What we do with what we've been given matters. Opportunity isn't meant to be buried. It's meant to be engaged. Then Jesus enters Jerusalem. People are celebrating, laying down cloaks, praising God. It looks like a victory moment, but right in the middle of it, Jesus stops and weeps over the city. It's kind of a shocking moment. Everyone else sees celebration. He sees what's coming, the missed opportunity, the resistance, the consequences of not recognizing what God is doing. And then he goes into the temple and he clears it out because a space meant for prayer and connection had been turned into something completely different. Luke 19 holds all of this together. Curiosity that leads to change, opportunity that can be used or wasted, and celebration that can miss the deeper realities. And it brings it into a pretty honest question for you and me. When something meaningful shows up in your life, truth, conviction, opportunity, what do you do with that? Do you adjust it? Do you respond? Or do you keep things at a distance? Because Zacchaeus didn't just have a moment. He let that moment change his entire life. And Luke seems to suggest that's where real life begins. Thanks for taking these few minutes with me this morning. Be well, friends.